Oh, there's a quest right here. And that is tempting, of course, when we're in the area. I was gonna say, like I was saying earlier, that, yeah, it's probably worth making this a dedicated exploration in this eastern part of the city. I feel like, yeah, I mean, the guy is so close. Let's turn in the quest first, and then maybe we'll head back over here and check out what these exclamation points are all about. Shopkeeper as well, probably want to check that out. Fortunately, there are a couple of fast travel locations here, so that does make it easier as well. But it's close, so we'll be back soon.
Oh, shit.
So don't you worry about it. What will our quest givers say about us? And kind of giving them short end of the stick here. They basically just sided with what was at one point supposed to be the monster. There's also, I mean, I see on the minimap that there's what is usually the sign for loot from enemies you've defeated. I wonder, is that the Doppler? No. Making me hesitate here. Make me feel like we ought to go back and double check, but I suppose we can do that later as well. And you are the person who we'd like to speak to. And the job is done in that the Doppler is gone. I suppose there's still a chance that the Doppler could very well try to steal in other locations, maybe even a chance we might run into him later on. And if he is continuing to pursue his life of crime, then on that occasion, yeah, I'd probably feel less merciful.
Problem solved.
Giving him a second chance, although
Convinced the imp to
not
go
a
back
huge
to the
fan of Carol saying,
countryside
like, yeah,
to tangle
continue your
horsemen,
life of
pissing
crime
them
elsewhere.
as tradition ordains.
And how would I know you speak the truth? No trophy, no reward.
That's fair.
There better be one, or you'll feel the invisible hand of the market smack you so hard you won't be able to sit down.
Also, Geralt is apparently now an expert economist.
And I'll not do business
Going all
with you again.
Adam Smith on this guy. Invisible hand of the economy is going to get you. Apparently that was also an achievement to do something on this quest, and I guess we still succeeded, so that's cool. Let's double check. Yeah, we're close to level 16, but we're not there yet. So, where does that put us in terms of other quests here? Volunteer is still the one, yeah, with the paint for the troll. This is... we know where this one is? It says multiple locations, yes. But... Novigrad's worst and most notorious slum. Oh, really? Okay, that's useful context. Richard took a contract on a monster committing horrendous murders under the cover of darkness. At the time, he never suspected that a story starting in the gutter would end in a luxurious manner. Talk to the supervisor. Oh. So that's not out of the question. Based on how it says numerous locations, that would suggest that ultimately it's not going to be in Novigrad where we finish this. So that makes me a little reluctant to start it now when, for the most part, we're talking Novigrad and Velen, of course, as well, as places we're currently checking out. If it brought us back to, I don't know, something like White Orchard, then I suppose that'd be fine, but I kind of doubt that. That might have been one of the exclamation points we were looking at earlier, because I thought there was one over here. I thought there were definitely two in this area before. There is still this one, so maybe we check that out now. Could also try speaking to the shopkeeper here, which I assume is probably
the best stock
this guy
in
here.
all Novigrad. No need to push, enough for all comers.
Carol.
One, two, push.
Very good. Manners before trade, always.
Geralt is just has so much more attitude today for some reason. Okay, so we could play him in Gwent. Let's see what he has to offer first. Some fairly valuable crafting materials, it seems. What is this? Okay. Yeah, I think for the most part, this would just be someone that we could theoretically dump some items on, which we did a fair bit of that recently. Maybe we could even dump some of our old saddles. Yeah, we have a few of the same kind, and they are actually quite heavy. That's probably worthwhile. I think at one point we were considering this, and I was wondering if there is a saddle specialist, but I don't think that's true. So let's probably just dump them here. So that, we have enhanced racing saddle. We have several of them. Two, and then a normal racing saddle, which I assume is worse. Yeah. let's dump that, and then just a normal enhanced saddle. Also seems like it's just a worse saddle. So this one is better than this. Yeah, let's probably dump this too. Okay. That gives us some coin, but mostly sheds a ton of weight, actually. That's nice. Then, let's play you at Gwent. And yeah, we'll
Up for a few rounds of Gwent?
It's so strange how they rarely say anything when we ask them if they want to play Gwent. They just nod their head and give this weird smile. So yeah, I don't think we want to change anything with our deck right now. Oh, do we really have a 5 that is not in our deck right now, though? I thought that... Has our deck gotten good enough that we no longer need said 5? Would have thought we still have some 4s that we want to get rid of, but... I think all the 4s that are left have some other useful skills, like this is a spy, and this one is more powerful when you pair them up with others of the same type, and we do have multiple of them, so that is helpful. Yeah, I guess so. Unless we were to, say, get rid of a weather effect or something of that sort, we could swap this guy in, but yeah, I guess we start as is. And this guy's going Nilfgaard. Okay. Go first. Decoy is useful, yes, but mostly when we have our medic. I thought I heard the roach sound effect, perhaps. A couple weather effects. I'm kind of hating this hand, and by kind of hating this hand, I mean I abhor this hand. This is horrendous. 2 decoys, but no good things to pair with the decoys. 2 weather effects for, what is this? Range and close combat. We have set up people for siege, but no one for those guys to set up. And then this guy, who would be our weakest card, or one of our weakest cards, unless there are multiple of him. There are not multiple of him. And then otherwise, average cards and one slightly better than average card. So this is about as terrible as it could have been. What do we want to prioritize getting rid of is the next question. We could theoretically still double the siege row, even if these guys do get doubled, they're still worse than these guys here. So I think, though, that we do want to try to re-roll into another siege unit. That would be top priority. So I think we probably try to get rid of one of our weather effects, possibly even both, because the weather effects that we have here are in the 2 rows that we have the most units, melee and range, so it is, like I said, could not be much worse. That is the card we want to have to combine with decoys, so that's huge. That suddenly makes decoys useful. This one, what do we get? Commander's Horn, double row is... we don't have much to double. So this is already looking like a loss, but we can give it a shot. I think what we do is we play an aggressive, and by aggressive I mean, like, to the extent that we can play aggressively, play our best stuff in the range row this round, then probably deliberately lose this round. In round 2, we'll use a combination of the medic and the decoys to bring those ranged units back. Yeah. And then maybe double them at that point. Really hope this guy doesn't destroy our strongest card. I suppose even if he did, we could just immediately start using the medic. Then we do this. And, well, see, we don't really have anything else to do. And if you had doubled the melee row, that would have been kind of hilarious, because even after using 3 cards, you still would have been lower than our 2 cards. So, however, I really don't think we can afford to use anything here. I think we need to pass, otherwise there's quite literally 0 chance of us winning. So I think we need to pass. Then what we do is we bring back the range units using a combination of the medic and the decoys in this round. That's not a good way for them to start. But, okay, so we go medic, play this, bring back you, and our opponent goes, so we did technically outplay our opponent there, but if you keep on playing 10s, then we're not going to be able to outpace you. So, decoy to bring back the medic, so that we can replay her to resurrect another unit. Except they're also decoying, which is strange. And that does probably help us. Play this again. Now we can get Sheila back. I suppose we arguably didn't even need to. Well, it depends what our opponent does next. If our opponent passes, then yes, they did. Okay. Now I think what we do is we still use decoy to get our medic back once more. Because then we're, what, winning 11 to 10? Yes, and then we still have our best card. Okay, so we do this, and then we pass. We take round 2, and now we just hope that we have enough firepower here in the last round, which we may not. Oh, drawing Roach is huge. We do get another card when we win a round, and that is why we got Roach there. So, what do we do here? I mean, we play everything, right? So we have... Our leader ability will double the siege row. And now that we have a few siege cards that will play in tandem, that is a little bit more significant than it was looking like it would be at the very beginning. These guys will be pretty insignificant at the very beginning, yes. However, once we play a few of them, they'll boost each other, and they'll boost the medic. We could theoretically wait to play the medic to see if, say, our opponent deletes card. What was that leader ability? I did not catch it. Hold on. It does look at 3 random cards from your opponent's hand. Okay, like, yeah, I can see how that would affect a human being, but we are currently playing against a computer, so what does that do? I don't know. So what I'm getting at is maybe we play someone like Roach, or, well, yeah, sure, let's play Roach for now. He is a hero, so he will not get affected by special effects, which might technically include the medic trying to revive people. I'm not sure about that. But then, I suppose now we keep on playing cards in the melee row. And they nerf melee, which does stink. It won't affect Roach because he is a hero, but it does affect Zoltan and this card we're about to play, the Commando. We're going to play him anyway because it's the last round, so we have no reason not to. It does nerf them too, though. And they have their fair share of melee cards, so it's not terrible. Then we play Medic. We'll bring back Death Mold because he's our best card in our graveyard. And they pass. Somehow, we won this. Don't ask me how. Well, I mean, we took a bold move in round 1, deliberately losing, and hoping that that would set us up enough for round 2. And we did just barely eke out a round 2 victory with enough power left over for round 3 victory, and then we'll just double our range road here. And turns out, actually, with a fair bit of power to spare, no less. So yeah, somehow pulled that one off. We did get very lucky with what we redrew when we tried to re-roll our cards and when we drew an extra card and got Roach. Let's see what this new card is. It looks like it was green, so I think it is likely Scoia'tael. And I didn't catch what the name was, though. What's this guy? A 6? And 6 is not bad. Play him in either row. Pretty sure it was. Awesome defender, have we seen that yet? Oh, it's been a long time, or at least I very much do not remember what our current state of Scoia'tael cards look like. But yeah, that's looking solid, I think. Okay, so that's good. And then, yeah, like we could try to loot stuff here, but again, there's a guard staring right at us right now. So probably not a good idea. And do we now head on over to that other area of Novigrad, the eastern side of town, that in some ways looked like it wasn't actually in the city? I think it's technically outside of the main city walls, but it's still pretty built up. So yeah, I think we did put our quest marker there. Let's head over in that direction. What is the best way to get there? Is it crossing this spot here? That is interesting. I mean, there's always loot under these bridges here, so I am curious. I think we do just ever so briefly check here. Chance we already have. If we dive in, are we gonna find anything under the bridge downtown? Maybe? So, as it turns out, maybe not. I had my hopes up, not gonna lie, but I may have been wrong. Or at the very least, we can just get on out here. Under this one, maybe? Or at least when we're out in the wilderness, it seemed like almost all the time. Under bridges was where usually pretty good would be hiding in a chest somewhere. Not this time, though. Okay. We walked on that. Is that too steep? Sort of, but not really. Take the pre-area, yes. Dark corners, is that where we were expecting to end up? Or is this technically... Yeah, this is where we're expecting to go. Okay. Cool. This is interesting music as well. It is, I recognize it a bit from the standalone Gwent game, but it is a variation on that, it seems. A little more nuance to it. I like it. There's a shopkeeper here.
Greetings.
Somewhere. Are you in the house or are you just outside of the house? I can't really tell
Won't let them boss
based
you
on where that
around,
marker is.
eh?
And go in. Oh! This guy, maybe? I bet.
Greetings. Come to look over my spring collection, perhaps?
Your spring collection. Hoping to play cards, actually? Yeah, we could go straight into another game of Gwent, but let's see what you have first.
Glad to take a glance at what you got.
Of course, please do. If anything chafes or pinches, I can alter it on the spot at no charge. Once I'm done, it'll feel like you're wearing nothing at all.
Yeah, just like, don't phrase it that way. Oh, hold on. Some items that it seems like, yes, I do recognize these from, I'm pretty sure, back when we were in the Emperor's presence and we had to dress up for that occasion. Pretty sure that these were some of the options that we had. Or very similar to those types of things. Maybe not Skellige things. That's probably, you know, what you would wear, say, in Skellige. But of course, I'm also seeing masks for Masquerade Ball? What? They do have the exclamation point, which suggests that they are quest items. So I think for the moment, let's hold off, although I am, of course, intrigued. So, do we go straight into another game of Gwent? I mean, why not? Sure. We'll do the normal
Wouldn't
bet.
mind a few rounds of cards.
I suppose we could do that. No, that's true. None of this Scoia'tael nonsense. No, we're sticking with Northern Realms here. And in fact, our opponent is also Northern Realms. Okay, so this time around, what did we get? One decoy, Scorch, Commander's Horn. Okay, we did get decoy along with the medic, so that is big. We have the siege expert and some stuff for it to boost in the siege row. Not a ton, but is that still worth keeping him there? So you would boost each of these guys by 1, meaning that he is effectively a card with 3 strength. He doesn't boost himself. Then if you double that, because we have our leader ability that doubles the siege row, means he is functionally 6 power, which is better than some other people we see here. Blue Stripes Commando, if we were to reroll into Blue Stripes Commando, then that would be preferable to keep this guy, but on the assumption that that is fairly unlikely to happen, I mean, we're playing the odds, of course, but probability says unlikely, so let's reroll him. Get Siegfried instead, that is a slight benefit. Go from 4 to 5, and other than that, I mean, it's basically just a matter of which 5 do we want to get rid of. Probably do want to try to load up a bit on either range or melee, because we're going to use a Commander's Horn, so we want to double as much as possible. So take your pick as to which one we want to try to reroll. I don't know. I went for getting rid of a range, and we got another Siege Expert, which further boosts the Siege row, which is actually, I think, pretty beneficial. Our opponent is instantly using a Spy, which is very strange. Didn't see that one coming, I will admit. And I very much do not know how to react to that, because our opponent is potentially immediately throwing in the towel. So, do we play a card in a row that we don't expect to play much in, assuming that this could be a very short round. Our opponent might turn around and pass immediately. I don't know. This is a different strategy than I've ever seen our opponents use before. No, they are playing a very strong card. 10 strength hero. So you caught me off guard. I will give you that. And so, do we still want to try to win this round, or does this work on heroes? Hold on. Discard after playing, kill the strongest characters on the battlefield. Does this apply to heroes? Not affected by any special cards or abilities. I'm assuming the answer is no. I'm thinking that if we were to do this, we would only destroy Sheila here. So it would backfire. I think. I could very well be wrong with that, but let's play it safe for now. And again, mostly just begs the question, do we want to try to win this round? Or do we feel like, hey, our opponent played their best card, let's take the loss on this one and try to win rounds 2 and 3. Our opponent did play a spy, which means they will have card advantage, and with Northern Realms, because they are also Northern Realms, they will draw an additional card when they win a round. We'll be in quite a hole there. We'd have to fight our way out of. That's tough. I'm not sure we can pull that off. So I think what we do here is we play melee, and then we plan on using the horn to double melee. Let's give that a shot, because of course our opponent gave us a spy there. If they nerf melee, then that perhaps changes things a bit. They're definitely still playing. So we play Siegfried. Let's see how they react. They are doubling. But remember, the hero, sure, doesn't take the negative effects of any special cards, but also doesn't take the positive effects either. So he did not get doubled, whereas everyone that we have will get doubled. So we can out-horn you. Now they're going siege. So, oh, you know what we should have done? Technically speaking, what we should have done is before we played our own horn, we could have used Scorch and gotten rid of Vess. That's what we should have done. Now we can't because it would get rid of Vess and Zoltan and Siegfried. So, missed opportunity there. But, I'm very reluctant to play any siege cards this turn because it is beneficial to play them all simultaneously when we can boost them all with K20 Siege Experts, and we can double them all with our leader ability. But that means we don't have much of anything to play here unless we decoy, bring someone back, which at one point in time, yeah, you know what? Oh man, if we hadn't played, that was actually a huge misplay. Throw down the Commander's Sword, because if we only had one of these guys down here, and we were taking out both Vess and one of our own characters, then we could at least use the Medic, get it back, use the Decoy to get the Medic back, but we're going to have to sacrifice 2 cards, though, so we'd only be able to get one of those 2 back if we were to Scorch, and that is definitely not beneficial. So, I think we might have lost. Unless we go absolutely all in here, in which case we have nothing left at all for subsequent rounds, which doesn't seem like a great idea, but I'm not sure we have any other choice, because otherwise we just lose. We could pass, so we are still in the lead here, which is actually, come to think of it, quite tempting. If we pass here, our opponent needs at least 7 strength to tie, 8 to win, meaning they will have to play at least 1 card, hopefully 2. If they play 2, then by the time they draw a card after winning a round for Northern Realms, we'd be even. But, then we could use our Medic and Decoy, which is kind of like functionally having an additional card. I don't know. This is looking iffier and iffier by the second. Do we play this? I guess we go all in round 1. Our opponent probably pulls the rug out, or a chair out from under us here. And maybe we can get them to overinvest in this round. We are overinvesting, though. Yeah. So, like, here, I think what we do is we pass now, and then in the next round, we use the medic to bring someone back, and then decoy to get the medic back. That might be it in terms of all we'll have remaining. Potentially Scorch. If our opponent goes first next time after winning, then we can just Scorch and get rid of that first card. I think we pass. I'm going back and forth because there is no good answer. What turned out to be pretty bad misplay. Yeah, and our opponent, unfortunately, is able to take the lead with only one card. They did start to catch up there. That was becoming more and more likely, but what will happen here is they play card. They'll also draw an extra card. They play card, and we will immediately delete it. Especially because that is such a good card. Ooh, I wish if they had the same strength, that would have been fantastic. Then we could have removed both of them in one round. This will only get rid of the Trebuchet if we use Scorch here. But I think we still have to. Yeah. Then we see what they do next. They decoy out. Well, we're gonna do basically exactly what they did. We play this, get a card back. Oh, hold on. Hold on. What if we decoy the spy, play that, allows us to draw more cards, and they're gonna replay their own medic, bring back one of their own cards. Okay, this is a weird one. This is a really weird one. So I think, yeah, I was gonna say maybe we pass right here if our opponent ended their turn, but then they played the medic and got the Trebuchet back. Now they're in the lead rather than behind by one, so we do need to take action now. I think we do decoy the medic in order to play it again next turn. Ooh, they're nerfing range, which is unfortunate because that means Death Mold here is not going to be able to do much. However, with 15 strength, it's not enough with just this here. What if we take, yeah, I think what we do, we take the medic, and with the medic we will bring back our strong siege unit, which is right here. And then next turn we will probably double with our leader ability. We hope that our opponent passes here. They use their leader ability, which does what? Removes all weather effects. I mean, that's fine. So yeah, they are still winning. So we do this. Double siege. Now we're in the lead. They have to play their last remaining card, which may or may not be enough. It's not enough. Hold on. I think we just won. So we pass here. So our opponent has no cards left. They will not draw any more cards here because we're about to win this round. So we pass. And we'll have 3 cards. We're about to draw another. Our opponent will have 0. So by default, we will win this. So we do this. Our opponent is going to have to pass. Yep, they actually already have. And don't ask me how the heck we pulled that one out. But yeah, we did. That seemed completely hopeless, and yet we did still manage to win. Gold Lathana Scout, that also sounds like it is Scoia'tael. It was green. Let's take a look there. Gold Lathana Scouts. Oh yes, this one. I swear, this looks familiar now. So it can be placed in either the range or melee row, and it is a 6, so it's a little bit on the powerful side. That's not bad. Oh, we got another one. Okay, yeah, I was gonna say, I recognize this art. We must have gotten this one. I think this is the new one. So we now have 2. It's not bad. Probably at this rate, still one of our better Scoia'tael cards, so strong pickup. Anything else we can loot from this area here? I don't think so. Okay, let's head on out. And yeah, I suspect that we'll be headed back here at some point in time to pick up those masks. But for the moment, let's focus on heading to this other quest that we expect to find here. And again, I'm curious as to whether there's going to be anything in and around this little bridge here, or there's herbs, yes, but more interested in whether you're hiding a chest here, and you are not. One of these days, you're gonna start doing it again. Discount? Probably not. We'll take the dried fish. Here is the quest. Oh, this guy.
You
I
again?
recognize you.
Want some more? Bruises on your ass heel already?
On God, I say! Victory will be mine this time. I've practiced with shield and sword. Many a headless scarecrow round here.
Oh, is that
Heed
so?
my warning and stand and fight!
I mean, on one hand, this guy, as we know, is not really an actual practice fighter, so it'd be best not to fight what is functionally a random civilian. On the other hand, I'm pretty sure he's going to insist, so maybe we just get this over with.
Duly heated. Now show me what you got.
Around bit of the small marsh. It's level 9, I'm pretty sure that is more or less the same level as previously. And I don't even think we dealt enough damage to technically take him out last time. He just kind of like conceded partway through.
What? Lost your nerve?
Might be a similar story here. Tried to sneak in an attack there, but trying to get more in the habit of using parries. Yeah, same story as last time.
Enough.
Yes, but next time.
We'll see about next time. I mean, I don't really want to say next time we'll kill him, because I don't actually want to kill him.
Go back to Mate Bilberry and apologize for being an ass. Quick, before I change my mind and break your bones.
We shall meet again.
Yeah, at this rate, seems like the answer is probably. Okay. That may have been that. Oh, actually, was that something entirely different? Oh, there was a quest marker here, yes. But this is the other one that we saw. Still question mark here, though. I mean, I'm assuming it's some kind of loot in the middle of the water, right? Some kind of sunken treasure. It's typically what happens. Yeah, I mean, you can even see it from here. It's typically the case when it's in the middle of the water. We'll just check out this little island first. Anything to note here? Just some herbs. Some fruits. Yeah, that's what we're looking for. Smuggler's cache. Are there any monsters guarding it, though? Is the other question. And, not seeing any right now, at least. So, sure. Now, remind me, is it technically this thing that we're looting? Like, is it the barrel at the top, or is it this chest that is perhaps weighing down the barrel? I don't know, but we'll take a closer look as soon as we've actually taken everything. Now we'll surface. And maybe... do we make our way back to land? Do we continue to try to look under bridges? Maybe. Maybe. This one is seemingly much bigger than the other ones that we've seen before. That's just herbs. And over on this side, same deal or not? One of these days, I tell you, one of these days. For now, there's nothing, but we'll find something soon. Arrows, I guess, can technically walk on that, so that's cool. And now let's just double check as to where exactly we are in this newish area, or at least new to us. Yeah, we've not yet gone to really any of these buildings other than the one with the shopkeeper here. So that might be worth doing. Maybe we... what is going on here? Scribe?
Damn, you're ugly.
Excuse me? What is this? Guys, brickmakers? We've seen brickmakers before. But I thought more so collecting the mud that ultimately goes into the bricks, maybe less so actually heating those up. But yeah, I'm thinking maybe we talk to this, I assume, person over here to initiate this quest, and then once we've started all those things, then we'll make a point of going to the actual houses. I'd rather start that from the beginning of the area rather than like start looking in houses somewhere in a random place right in the middle and be like, yeah, we'll see. We got to this house here, and then we went to the right, but then we stopped after 2 houses, then started going left, and then we're gonna lose track. So let's talk to this guy, but maybe just like real quick. Oh, there's actually a waypoint here. Fast travel location. That's also convenient. Just lead us back into the city directly? Yeah. But we haven't really looked at this far corner at all yet, I don't think. This is maybe the furthest east we've been within the city walls. So, yeah, I'm thinking maybe we wait on that for now, but useful at least to have that teleportation location. Yeah, so let's just talk to this guy, like I was saying before, and then we'll do a little more of the general exploration in this area.
Don't like folk wandering around here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, got a beast you need someone to get rid of? I'm here about the notice.
Ah, okay, it was specific to a notice.
Supervisor Lund posted it. Yeah, a beast haunts the outskirts, murdering folk. Got them scared to leave their homes after dusk.
Okay. Yeah, can we talk to this supervisor?
Like to talk to this supervisor.
Too bad he don't receive petitioners.
So what's he do exactly?
Delivers relief on behalf of the city council, flour and groats for the paupers, meaning he don't do it personally. He's got men for that. He himself,
Does not much of anything.
Supervises.
Exactly.
Okay.
I aim to hunt down this monster.
Best hurry then, some other bloke's already after it.
Oh, is that so? Yeah, care to tell us who?
Who took the contract?
Didn't see the man. Was just told some brave fool turned up.
Oh, is it the guy who we just fought? Ronvid? I hope not. See if we can get any other
eyewitnesses to these
information.
attacks?
No, just the bodies. Beast appears only at night. Chooses isolated victims.
Okay. That's something at least, I suppose.
When do you find the last victim?
Just last night. Hubert, a beggar, but a decent man. I'd let him sleep in his shed from time to time. That one on the right. Eustace hasn't come for the corpse yet. It's lying in there where I found it.
Okay, I think that's probably our next
Thanks.
lead.
So long.
Okay. I'm assuming is what our minimap marker now says? Yeah, okay. Following the thread, let's just double check what the level is on this quest. Oh, it's 11. Oh, this is the one that has multiple locations, okay. Yeah, so I don't know where this is ultimately going to lead us. So let's try it for now. Oh. Hello?
Not the marks of a Garcane or a Fletter.
Okay, those are both kinds of vampires. I recognize those names. But, is there anything else we can take note of? Coming from over here. They went quite a distance, actually.
Ah! Hide the wenches! Witches coming!
No strangers.
My controller vibrated again, but oh, seems like oh, it went into. I thought it went into the boat for a second there.
Blood, but not human. Monster was wounded. Tracks end here. Ought to look for prints on the other side.
Okay. But again, are we like technically doing things out of order here? Find the place where the monster emerged from the water using Richard's senses. This is all technically part of the crime scene, I think.
Seems like it had lost some strength. Was sneaking along the shoreline.
Okay. Anything else we can gather from all these tracks? There's still a marker. Oh, out here. Ugh, I didn't even need to go in the water there. Momentum took us. Okay, I think before we do that, let's make a point of checking out the barn first. I think this is another one of those instances where we are technically supposed to look at the barn first. Nearly fell in the water there. Yeah, so we were saying, poke our heads in here. That's not actually what I meant to do. Actually, looking to say, like, what are we in here? Okay, there are footprints here. Yeah, that's where we would have originally found the footprints, I bet. And yeah, that guy doesn't look so good. That is probably the dude that you were saying they were gonna pick up. I've not yet done so. But before we check out the dead guy, let's just loot. Then
Blood's
we'll
all
say hello.
sucked out. A lesser vampire.
Okay, so that's why Geralt was saying how it wasn't a Fleder or a Garcane. Wondering where he just happened to come up with the vampire theory. I was figuring it was just from the type of footprints, because Geralt seems to be pretty good at that type of stuff, but that looks like more than just a herb there. That's definitely a chest. Let's just take a minute here. Check this out. I don't think this is close enough to the other stuff to be related to this quest, but might just be good. You're right. Diagrams? Sure. Why not? Superior Black Blood. Don't know if we have that, but I feel like that might even have been an anti-vampire potion back from The Witcher 1. Might already have the normal version of it, because that was superior. Let's just take a look at our alchemy right now. And make some alchemy substances, but those tend to be, yeah, just mutagens. That's not really of interest right now. Explosives, not so much decoctions. There are two. Thought I remembered we had one that we were holding on to. Necro Warrior. Oh! I think we did pick up this recipe recently. Because we definitely have no shortage of the items outside of the Necro Warrior mutagen, but I'm assuming this is probably the only thing that needs that. This is the one that we've had for a while that we've deliberately not been crafting because of the red mutagens. Those have been hard to find. So let's do this. Should have double-checked what it does before we made it, but it did something. And any other stuffs? Doesn't look like it. The Superior Black Blood requires a white gull. Apparently we do not yet have. As well as Rebis. I think might even be a crafting component that we can make. Over here somewhere. If not, there's probably, yeah. Also requires white gull. How do we get a white gull? It seems like this is really important. Otherwise, yeah, we would have everything else. Odd. Okay. But that's mostly something that we're, you know, just trying to do for the sake of trying to do it. But for now, let's focus on finding whatever the heck this thing is. Some kind of vampire-ish creature, it would seem. So, Geralt was saying not a Fleder or a Garcane. There are other types of vampires, though. We've seen some. Like back in the place where Witcher George was buried, I think. We had the, what was it, Ekimara or something? The thing that was surprisingly large. It's like a bat that was like 3 feet taller than Geralt. Okay.
Ekimara came out of the water here.
There you have it, it's an
Gotta
Ekimara.
look for more tracks.
Okay. There's something in there. I'm curious as to where we are technically at the moment. We're, yeah, all the way east of the city. Definitely not in the city anymore, so this is maybe around the area that we were thinking previously might technically qualify as Oxenfurt or Greater Oxenfurt. I mean, we're so close to the city right now that this is probably still technically Greater Novigrad, if you want to call it that, although that is, I suppose, not so much a technical name as much as it's an informal name. This is more so what I'm thinking is probably Oxenfurt, but who knows? Not I. In the future, I'm sure we'll figure that stuff out. Some more loot here, though. And I've seen a few signs of those tracks. But hold on just a second. Just a second here. So, this...
Rat corpses. Not a drop of blood left in him. Gotta be an Ekimara.
Okay, yeah. Again, further reinforcing that theory. Seems as though footprints do go inside there, but I saw, other things over here. I'm pretty sure were also rats. This does have its own quest marker, or its own fast travel location. Let's take a look at what it says. I'm curious what description we have of this. Novigrad has always attracted those in search of a better life. Some of them found no welcome within the city walls, so built huts outside the city. Yeah, so in the, again, greater Novigrad area of sorts. I'm curious what else is over here. They have just found it accidentally. On the Ekimaru's lair by following its tracks using Witcher senses. I mean, we can hear it. We can definitely hear it. I'm mostly just trying to loot things right now. Excuse me, Mr. Ekimaru, could you perhaps just, like, wait a second? I'm trying to steal all your belongings. It's kind of top priority right now. I'm gonna knock this stuff over so we can, like, get the one thing that has not yet been looted. Theoretically speaking. Or maybe we'll just never, ever get it. Get this instead. I saw that. There we go. And it's just an empty bottle. Probably something similar for this.
Looks like rain.
Any other goodies? No? Not here? Not here? I'm just trying to cover our bases before we actually go in. Yeah, clearly we can hear it. We may or may not need to actually go in one of those side doors there. Does this actually connect to another area of the city? It does. The Vids, this was supposedly the worst slum of the city, is what people were saying before. This is, yeah, like about to be within the city walls. Like right around that southern gate, so I think we definitely do not go here just yet. So at some point, I will be very curious to explore further. Oh, very nimble. Or clumsy. Take your pick. Is it flying? Oh, Geralt is stuck. Okay. And then breaks his ankles. I don't remember if it actually has wings or not. But it's moving, and we still can't leave that, so... Okay, now let's head in. And maybe it's worth saving. It's been a little while. Yeah, we can definitely hear it. Okay, maybe we make a point of going up there. It sounds like it's attacking something. Yeah, it's humongous. Like I was saying before. What is this? I'm trying to pick it out. There is someone in here, obviously. We're saying that someone else was taking this quest. It is also hurting a lot. Heal. You get the finishing blow. Ow. Us. Take that. Whoa, hold on. I recognize that name.
Greetings, Lambert.
Damn, it's good to see you, Wolf.
Decide to do some hunting in Novigrad? For as I remember, you never liked this city.
Still don't. Thing is, I got a certain matter to take care of.
Oh? Where have you been? What have you been up to? So, for those of you who have not played Witcher 1 or 2, Lambert was someone who was also from the same Witcher school as us. Might have even seen him at the beginning of Witcher 3. So he is an old friend of sorts. Obviously, also Witcher.
What have you been up to? Any luck on the path?
A lot, in fact. Quite the takings in Lan Exeter. Was asked to hunt down a giant who turned out to be a forest troll, and some bandits.
Bandits?
Came as a package with the troll.
Okay. Need any help with that?
The matter you mentioned. Anything I can help with?
Maybe. But we'll talk about that later. Got a reward to collect. I'm kinda in a hurry. Let's say you've earned half. What the hell?
I'm thinking full. Ah, okay. I would kind of like to loot the rest of this place, but sounds like you're trying to go right now. So, fine.
Let's go.
Try to remember to loot this on a later occasion. Maybe all the more reason for us to have looted a fair bit in advance.